Okay, now we're gonna continue at row 20. Row 20, I'm going to start to do a decrease. I'm going to do single crochet in the next 4 before I decrease or do a 2 together. This is 1, 2 single crochet, 3 and 4, 1 2 3 4, then you do a 2 together. I'm going to do an invisible 2 together. I'm going to use the front loop and the front loop. Go put through 2 and put through 2. This is one set, and you should have 6 sets of it. 1 2 3 4, and you do a 2 together. And this is sometimes when you buy yarn, part of it you will get something like this. But since I'm doing an amigurumi, I'm gonna hide this inside instead of cutting it and do another way. If I'm doing a clothes or not amigurumi where I can't hide this, that's another way of doing this. But since it's an amigurumi and it's already a mess in there, I'll just hide this inside. I'm not going to do anything about this. So where was I? Let me see. 1 2 3 4. Okay, this is the last set. 1. This is the time you try and hide it inside. Just take from here. 2 3 4, and you do a 2 together. Oops, what happened here? Put through 2, put through 2, and just leave this inside. No one will know except for you and me. So this row we're gonna have 30 stitches. And now we're going to go to the next row, row 21. I'm going to do single crochet in the next 3, followed by a decrease. So 1 2 3, and you do a 2 together. This is one set. Same thing, you're going to do 6 sets of this. And this is the last set. the hole is kind of big, so I'm not gonna add stuffing yet because halfway, maybe later. Let me do one more row of decrease. Okay, next I'm going to go to row 22. Row 22, I'm going to do 2 single crochet followed by a decrease. 1, 2, and you're going to do a decrease or 2 together. So this is one set. You're going to do 6 sets of this. 1, 2, and a decrease. And this is the last set. Okay, let me just get some stuffing. Let me fill it up a bit. I'm gonna fill up the whole thing and seal it shut before I sew the hand and the pants. So let me go get some stuffing. Okay, now I'm going to go to row 23. Going to do 1 single crochet followed by a decrease or a 2 together. I didn't add so much stuffing yet. I add until here. I'm gonna add more later. So this is one set. You're gonna do 6 sets of this. 1 single crochet, decrease, 1 single crochet, decrease, or you can call it a 2 together. Then the last row, row 24, I'm going to do decrease all the way. You should have 6 sets of decrease. This is 1. You still leave a small hole, so that is the time I'm going to add more stuffing, not now. So at this point, I'm just gonna leave a little bit of tail. And before I do anything, I'll just add more stuffing. I know it's not easy to stuff now. I prefer to use a tapestry needle than a sharp scissors. I wonder if all this can go in. Anyway, if there are holes here, it doesn't really matter because it's gonna wear blue pants to cover up all these holes. Let's see. I want it to plumb up nicely. Oh, you can. Okay, that should be enough. Let's see. Does it look plumb up? If you want, you can still add a bit more. Let me see, maybe I should add a bit more. Okay, I've added a bit more. So now the ending here, you just sew on all the front loop. And you just pull. Because this minion is gonna wear a pants, so it doesn't really matter to cover up all these holes here. I'm just making it go through the stuffing. Let's follow the stitch. And then the balance here, if you want, you can always just hide it inside. Now I have to go get the pants. Ooh, look at that. It's so cute. Oh, okay. Okay, now we have everything done. I'm gonna assemble it and we will have a cute minion. So this is the pants, the leg, and the hands. This pants, legs and hands, all this is in the first few video. If you have missed it, this is the subscribe button. You should subscribe to my channel and check out the earlier few tutorial. The tutorial is on the leg. Okay, these two legs, these two hands, and the pants. And now I just assemble it to this minion. So this here, I'm going to assemble the leg first. Okay, just take a look here. This is the part where I did on the back loop, or sorry, front loop. And you can see a line here. This is supposed to be kind of like the pocket. So here I'm going to add a little bit of stuffing. The part here, there is a difference whether this is the front or the back. So this is straight, this is the back. Here, this is the front. So I'm going to sew this here before I sew this onto the minion, because it's easier. So I'm going to sew this here and one here, like this. So you just sew it with just a tapestry needle. You can measure it first if you want, because one of the leg would be here and one would be here. Okay, so we just base on this part here. One would be here and one would be here. That's next to each other. I'll get some stuffing and then we'll start sewing. Okay, I've added a little bit of stuffing. Then you just sew it here, like this. Make sure you know which is the front and which is the back. You wouldn't want the leg to face the other side. Okay, let's see. Okay, this should be the front. So I'm going to sew it here like this. Since this is open, all you have to do is just place your needle here and go all the way to the pants, and then you just sew all around it. So you make sure you have one leg here and one leg here. Then we will sew this onto the minions. So I'll come back to you once I have this done. This is easy. You just sew in and out. No, since this is open and it's quite easy to sew, just sew in and out. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so now I'm gonna add it onto the minion. So the strap is here. I leave a long tail because I'm gonna make a few stitches here, so that it's kind of like you know, here I don't think so, maybe here a bit. I'll sew a bit here. This one comes here. I'll make one or two stitch here so that it will stay like this instead of using glue. Then I'm going to stitch the hand. Maybe I should stitch the hand first. Excuse me. So the hand here, I'm just going to go around the front loop, on the front loop. I just pull like this, and I just measure and see. I think the hand should be here. And you just dump this and take a look and see if the hand has any defect, or you know, you prefer to have a certain side facing the front, and you make some stitches here. Oops. You can have the hand in front, side, or the back. Obviously not the back. You can have it just at the side here. So you make a few stitches here. You pull a bit. Now it's still adjustable as long as it's not like dangling all the way, and you're fine. You just make 1 or 2 stitches enough. Or you can also make 1 stitch to the front here. And then 1 here. You poke it in and make it go all the way to the other side. That should be where the second hand should be. There. Then you just join the second hand here. So I'll come back to you once I have the hands nicely stitched up. Okay, now to join this, remember this part and the leg faces here. So this is the front. I'm gonna bring this over here, because when I crochet, because through and fro it becomes this way, I'm gonna turn it this way. Gonna join with this corner first. Join with this corner like this, and I'll make sure here is exactly in the middle before I start to sew anything. I do not want this to be like crooked. Ooh, lucky me, I didn't do this too low. Yeah, I mean, for those for some of you, you can actually sew the pants first before you do the mouth. If not, it will be, if the mouth is too low, and the pants will cover the mouth. Okay, like this. This is about right. Then I do not like to put pin. I will just hold on to it. I'm going to make a few stitches here because it's kind of difficult to stitch so close. I will put my needle all the way to the other side so it's easier. Oops. Okay, pull this tight, make sure it looks like it's from here. Then this part here, I'm gonna make 1 or 2 stitches so that it will not drop off like this. Okay, like this. I'll just make 1 stitch here and make 1 stitch all the way up here. Okay. Then one more stitch here. Make sure it's a closed stitch so that this still looks like a chain. So I just make one stitch here, and I'm going to go straight to this part. Oops. Go straight to this part. I'm not going to sew the whole thing. And just make one stitch here will do, so that the pants don't look like it's going to drop off. See, so here don't pull too tight, so no matter what happens, this is not going to drop. And here just make one stitch, then you can put your needle just about anywhere because it's blue, like this. You can bring it here. If you want, you can make another stitch here, another stitch here, like this. Then you see which part that you want to make a few more stitches, you can. Then you just hide your yarn inside here. Just make a few stitches here and there. In fact, here you can also make a few stitches here like this. And see if this is crooked in any way. Make a few stitches here as well. Do not pull too tight because it will show. And this side, you just sew it down here, same thing. So the balance of the yarn, you can either hide it inside here or you can just cut it away. I'll come back to you once I have this nicely fastened. Yeah, fastened here and here. This is how it looked like. So thank you for watching. Hope you like this little Stuart. So do subscribe to my channel. The subscribe button is over here. I'll be doing the other two minions, so do follow and stay tuned. I'll be looking forward to seeing you in my next post. Bye for now.